Now today class we will discuss about jumping statement. Right? Jumping statement. What is mean by jump? Jump in the sense. What is mean by jump? Jump in a sense you can skip a particular line of code in sequence of execution. You can skip a line of code, line or a block of code in the sequence of execution. Clear? That is one type of definition. Or otherwise, you can take it like you can you can skip a line or block of code of execution. For example, let's take it is for. Then what happened? For iteration is iterating the variable until unless it ends with y. Clear? Right? Whenever you are getting y, it ends your iteration. Right?
Yes.
Yes. At the
Not
same point of
depend upon the given string.
yes. At the same point of time, whenever I am getting
Last integer.
yes,
Last
last string.
character.
Whenever you get last character, that it ends your program. At the same point of time, I want to skip some lines. For example, I want to skip C. Otherwise, whenever I am getting C, I want to exit my program. Right? If we want to exit your execution in the middle of sequence, right? You can use jump statements. Clear? Now let's what are the different types of jump statements is present. The one is break, and the second one is continue. Second one is continue, and the third one is pause. Now let's discuss about what is break. What is break? Break in the sense it just breaks your sequence of your execution. Clear? How? Let will discuss about, for example, in the for loop, what happened here? The iteration variable and iterative variable iterates the values until unless it gets the end of your string, right? Clear? At the same point of time, I want to exit the for loop in the middle whenever I am getting C. Let's write a program like that. For exactly for I in the name is Lucky again. Name is Lucky again. Right? I in Lucky. If I'm getting I equal to character C, right? Character C. I want to break the statement. Otherwise, it prints the statement I. I print I with ending with.
No. So why you always use a double I?
Sorry?
Double. Huh?
Sorry, I'm not getting.
Double I. Double equal to why you always.
Double equal to is a comparator operator. Single equal to is it's used for. Wait, I'll explain. For example, I equal to 0. That 0 is initialized with 0. Then what happened? I equal to 0. If I want, I print I, it gives the output 0.
Of I 0, yeah.
Yes, it's a initialization assignment operator. I am assigning the value 0 to I. At the same point of time, it's a comparator operator. I equal to 2 I am giving. What I will get? False. Why? Because it's comparing I with 2. Now the I value is 0. Clear? I value is 0. Then it's comparing with 2. It's getting the output false. Clear?
No. One second.
Right? It's a comparison. Comparison in the sense, just it's comparing the I contains 0. 0 equal to 2. Is it true or false? False. Why? Because 0 is not equal to 2. If I give the same thing, I is not equal to 2. Let's run this. It's true. Why? Because I is not equal to 2. If you give double equals to, it's a comparator.
So in the Python, so it's like that is not equal to the symbol.
This one is a not equal to.
Okay.
Okay, not equal to.
Oh, is the not symbol.
Yes, this one is a not symbol.
Okay.
Exclamatory mark.
Exclamatory.
Yes, sir. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes. No.
No. I want to ask you. So if suppose right I is equal to 10.
Okay.
Right.
I equal to 10.
Print I.
Print I. Print I.
That's right. Where is the output, man?
Yes, output is 10.
10. So what's the difference if you use a double equal to I is equal to 20? I double equal to 20, right?
I double equal to 20.
Print I.
Yes, it's false.
Why?
Why?
Because if you use a double equal to, it need to overwrite the first value, right? It's a new value. 20 is the new value.
No. Double equals to is a comparator operator. It's a comparison. There are different types of operators. Assignment operator, arithmetical operator.
Okay. So why you use the double equal to always? So what the purpose?
Wait. For example, I is less than 20. Is it true?
No.
Yes, it's true. I equal to 10. I less than 20. Is it true? Yes, true. But I equal to 10. Why? Because I single equal to, it's already assigned for assignment operator. Clear? If you give I equal to 20, then it overwrites the value 10 with 20. Right? Now I double equals to 20, it gives a response like true. Why? Because it's overwrites with single equal to. It's a comparator operator.
Okay.
I'm comparing with you. I'm equal to you or not. Right? Why? Because single equal to is assigned already for initialization. I'm initializing a particular value to I. That's 10, right? If you write again I equal to 20, then it's overwrite with the values I. Right? Then the I double equals to 20 is for comparison. I'm comparing with like less than, like greater than, or not equal to, or equal to. Clear?
Clear.
Yes. Let's write following program here. Okay. For I in the name is Lucky. Name is Lucky. Now the I value, if the I value, when the I value becomes C, when the I value becomes C, then I want to break the statements, and then in for loop only I am printing the values. I'm printing the value I, comma, and equal to double quotes, right? Double quotes. I'm printing the out of loop. Out of loop. It will not print I. Why? Because it's I local for. Let's print. LU out of loop. Got it? LU and out of loop. Whenever it comes C, it ends the program. Right? It came out of the loop. It ends the program. At the same point of time, if you give K, then it prints what happened? LUC and out of the loop. LUC and out of loop.
the loop.
Clear? Like break is used for, it breaks the sequence of execution. It breaks the
Execution.
sequence of execution. And then one more thing is continue. One more thing is continue. What continue does? It skips the line in the sequence. It skips the line in sequence. Let's write for, I'm writing this. I want to print all the characters present in loop. Okay, all the characters present in the string for I in lucky at same LUCKY lucky, right? Let's take if I equal to K, I want to skip the K. I want to skip only K, and then remaining I need to print. Let's take print I. That's I'm printing I, right? Here what happened? Whenever you are getting K, you skip K and then Y will print. See here. Yes. For I in lucky, then what happened? If I equal to K, whenever I equal to K, whenever the I becomes K, just I want to continue with remaining. Except the K, Then I'm printing I value here. Let's see what happened. I'm printing again out of the loop. Right? Just I'm running this. Sorry, it's K is a character, right? Yes, K is a character. Now run it. See, LU, C and Y is printing. K is not printing.
Yes, skipping.
K is skipping. I'm skipping the value K. Right? It skips the line in the sequence. Sequence of execution is happened. First L is printing and U is printing, C is printing. Whenever it I is equal to K, then it skips the K and then it prints a remaining value. You can continue with a remaining except what I take. Clear?
Okay, I want to ask you, so what is the purpose to remove one character?
Not even one character. For example, if you book an order, Flipkart, what happened? You book an order, a bulk amount of order, right? Then what happened? If you want to buy a set of elements, except already you have taken that. Clear? You select you select a lot of items and add to the cart. Right? Then if you use a continue, then what happened? You already taken the values, already taken a things, right? You skips the things and remaining to be added to the cart. Why? Because you already added to the cart, right?
Yeah.
For that purpose, you can use continue. You are skipping, already you have taken.
Yeah.
You know, I already stored data. For example, if you take a real-time example like a database, then what happened? You already stored the student roll number. then again you are storing a roll number, same roll number. Then what happens? If you add a primary key, then it shows like a primary key, it's not duplicated. But without a primary key, then what? Then you can use like, if already I contains the value, that value, then I can skip that value and I can add remaining things, right? Simply. Clear or not?
Yep.
Yes. The next one is pass. The next one is
Yeah.
pass. Pass in the sense, just it
What is the
passes.
difference between continuous and past?
Wait, and I'll explain. Pass in the sense, it is just pass your data. Just a pass your data.
Even the continuous is the same, right?
Continuous skips your data.
Okay.
Continuous
Pass means?
skips. Pass in the sense, pass is
pass
a
the
keyword
data.
used to execute nothing.
Nothing.
Pass is a keyword. It executes, is used to execute nothing. It executes nothing. It means when we don't want to execute, we don't want to execute the code. Sorry. Don't want to execute code. Clear? Now let's write one example. Yes. For I in lucky again. For I in lucky.
Lucky.
Sorry, UCKY.
If I equal to.
If I equal to U, I equal to U, I'm just giving pass, and then I'm printing remaining things, printing I. See, here it will not do anything.
Nothing.
It didn't do anything. Let's see. For I in lucky.
So even why we need to use the pass?
Wait, I'll explain. If I equal to U, I equal to U, let's pass arguments, and then print I. Print I. I'm writing here print out of loop. Let's see here. Let's see the output. See, it prints every variable. Why? Because if I equal to U also, you can take the U.
No. Even if you not declare the pass also, it will declare, right?
Yes, it will display. Why? Because it executes nothing.
Nothing.
Why we are
then
using these type
telling
of things?
To me?
Yes, I'll explain. Why you are using these type of arguments in the sense. For example, if you take already the values, right? For example, Amazon Snapdeal, right? If you are buying a mobile, then it displays remaining things, remaining elements. What is this headset? Is belongs to a mobile, right? It, for example, a good example is if you done a Paytm recharges, then what happen? They will give the cashbacks, right? To apply the code. If you apply the code, it executes nothing, and then it passes only the discount values already present.
Without executing, how it will
Yes,
display discount?
Just it's access only the values like an exception.
So why no? Even if you apply the keyboard, it will refresh the page again, right? Within a fraction of second.
Okay.
Then it automatically compile, right? If you
Yes,
take
yes,
that exam.
yes, yes. Pass in the sense, by using the pass statement, right? We notice that only the program run exactly as you want. Why? Because computer doesn't know anything. If you want to execute exactly or not, right?
Hmm.
If you give pass statement, it execute as it is.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
then if you want to bypass any code,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
If you want to bypass in the sense, just it execute as it is.
Good.
Why? Because for example, if you go to some station to another station by using a road in between the villages is different. By using bypass is different.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Clear?
Clear.
Yes. The pass is used like as a bypass any code. A pass statement can be used. If you want to
Yep.
bypass any code, then you can use a pass statement. Clear? What is
Clear.
pass? Pass is a keyword. It is used to execute nothing. It means that when we don't want to execute a code, means the
Hmm.
pass can be used to execute empty. Right? It is same as name refers to. You can use it as a name also. Pass, but the control to pass without executing any code. Got it?
Got it.
It just passes. Just okay, fine, no problem. You can go it. If the condition is there, I don't want to bother about the condition. Then what happen? You can just pass it.
Even if you don't write pass also, nothing, right? So,
Yes, yes, nothing will print. If you, I know nothing will print. Let I remove this one.
yes, the same output will get.
Yes, let's see. See here. What happened?
Why?
Expected indented.
Because no,
Why? Because
no,
wait.
You can take only one equal to print. You can display for equal.
Yes, yes,
You
it will
remove the
not
if condition.
happen. It will not happen if you remove if condition. If a lot of programs is there, if you define different types of classes, then what happen?
So
Definitely the class should
just
be
remove
there.
the second line.
Yes,
Just
yes,
remove the.
yes. You can do with smaller program. These smaller program you can do it.
Yeah, but
But in bigger program, what happen if they already developed somebody? If you don't want a code, then what happen? You can just pass it, right?
yeah.
Right? For that type of actions, you can do it fast. Otherwise, if the condition is mandatory here, the condition is
Mm.
mandatory, not for you, for remaining members, or otherwise for remaining block of code. This condition is very mandatory, so you can
Mm.
give a
Mm.
just pass. Otherwise, see, expected indented block. Why? Because here, if defined any condition, then you have to use a condition. You have to use that block. That is mandatory. Clear?
Clear.
Right. The best example is the already developers developed some block of code. Then what happened? You have to call a particular class value, or there is a particular class by using your object. But the cursor will go to one class to another class, or one method to another method, right? You don't want to execute a particular block of code in another method. Then what? You can just skip your code. That is by using pass
Mm.
element, right? Clear or not?
Yeah.
Yes, that is pass. What are the different types of jumping statement again? One is a break. It just break your sequence of programs whenever your condition is true, right? The next one is
Yeah.
continue. Whenever your condition is true, it skips a particular line of code in the sequence, right? The next one
Mm.
is
Mm.
pass. It just passes or it executes nothing. Clear?
Clear.
These are the jumping statements,
Yeah.
right?